This is Owen McKendry for ESBR Boxing. Delighted to once again be joined by a regular on the channel, Tyler Denny. Tyler, how good did that feel getting back in there, winning every round?
Well, I thought so until I heard the judges' scorecard. It was like 97 something. I was like, wow. But you know, we got the win. That's the main thing. And I thought I boxed well, man. I'm happy with myself, and it's a happy day. Like I said, we got 3 wins out of 3 today for the gym, so happy days.
I know, like you say, obviously the scorecards personally, and I think by a lot of social media, a lot of ringside didn't reflect what should have happened. For yourself, how important was it to get in there? Because it did look like at times you could stop him, but how important was it to get those rounds back in?
It was good, yeah, and I just never wanted to. The only way I lost this fight was I got too greedy. Do you know what I mean? And I heard Liam Davis shouting, "Just keep T-boxing from the side," and like I feel under pressure with him. I always want to impress him. Even though he's younger than me, I look up to him. He's a great boxer, man. So if he's shouting that, then I'll listen to what he says and I'll keep moving.
That was one thing I was going to touch on. He was sat quite close to where we were sat, and what he was saying was, he was shouting, I don't know how clear you can hear it in that sort of that situation, but he was saying the simple shots, Tyler, they'll stop him. How did it feel in there? Because Elvis is a character, you know, even in the ring, you know, the shimmying, the dancing, afterwards in the interviews, you know, he's called Jake Paul out in about 4 interviews since. How do you find it in there? Did you expect him to be a little bit better than he was? Did you expect him to be a little bit quicker?
I thought he'd be a bit quicker. But I don't know. Like, I knew I would outbox him. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, the only way if he caught me with a mad shot, if I let my hands go down, and I could, like you know, say you could have got 2 lackadaisical with him because he was showing off, and if you showed off too much with him, I've done little bits of him, but I made sure I was out of range. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think he'd be a bit quicker, but give credit to myself for being quicker than he was, I suppose.
What was being said from your corner? Because obviously sat ringside, the crowd, once again, it sounded like half the arena was here for yourself. I know it was officially 2 weeks before fight day, it was about 700 tickets sold, but it seemed like there was about 7,000 in there for yourself. What were your corner saying? You know, obviously there was times where it looked like you could get the stoppage. Was it just keep doing what you're doing, keep it the same?
I think that they was very strict on that, just work behind your jab and keep my foot on the outside of his, and the shots would be there. Do you know what I mean? You could see him coming as long as it would come off the jab, and don't get on the ropes. I think it was only a little bit maybe I was stuck on the ropes, but there's no need to give him the opportunity. Sometimes I just enjoy it a bit too much, and I do like a scrap, man, but they put me back in my place and said stick behind your jab.
For someone like yourself, who, you know, self-admittedly, you've done it the hard way, you've done it the long way, what advice would you give to someone like Elvis? Because, you know, he could easily get put in the wrong hands and become a punch bag for top opposition, but he's a character, he's going to sell fights, he's going to make fights interesting. So from your perspective, someone who's, you know, fought from small hall area title all the way through to European level, what would your advice be for someone like that?
Just keep believing in himself, and I don't think he's short on confidence, do you know what I mean? But you've got to put wrench to every day in the gym, do you know what I mean? So like you've got to train hard in the gym every day. The little 1% will build up. Don't just take that he's had a few shows now and just run with it. He's got to keep improving, and maybe it'll cause a few people upset, who knows.
If I don't ask it, Paul won't be very happy with myself. So you've won the English, you've won the European, can we get you the British title?
Who knows, man. Conway versus Joe Warburton, but I think they've got a voluntary whoever wins that afterwards, so I'm not going to wait around. We tried to get that fight first and against Conway. I like Conway. I mean, our teams get on. His dad gets on with my manager really well. Sparred him for this camp as well. Who knows? That's that, man. I'd love that fight. Well, the win out of them too. But who knows? I'll fight whoever. I just want big paydays, to be fair, and big fights. You know what I mean?
Just want to touch on your gym quickly. You know, it's been BCB boxing as a whole has been on the up in recent years. You've had some great nights. Again, 3 for 3. Troy Coleman, heavy underdog, gets the stoppage. Elliot Whale, a great performance, stepping up in levels, against a tough competitor. Yourself making the return. How good does it feel, obviously, you know, not just for yourself, but to know the lads that you're training with every day, camps together, week in, week out, that they're getting victories as well?
Honestly, I'm more happy for them too than myself. Like, we've been putting it in, doing the track work together, and like some days I'm depressed, man. I think I don't do the track today, and I look at them, I look how much they don't do the track, and we just push each other up, say, come on, your sparring work, your circuits, but we've done it all together. It's nice as well, even fight week in the hotels, like, I mean, we've all chilled together, so it was good, man. I'm happy for my coaches as well, Errol, Paul, you know what I mean, Ben Wilkes, Ryan Davies. They've been putting the work in for everyone, so I'm more happy for them. I'm buzzing.
And then final one from me. I know you've already done a lot of interviews and there's still a couple more to go. For yourself, I know obviously you'd stepped up, you dared to be great at Wembley against Hamza Shiraz. Is activity important for yourself now, and when do you roughly want to get back out next?
I want to get out as soon as possible, but it's out of my hands. I'm going to try and have some few conversations today, but like I say, it's totally out of my hands. But I'm ready to step up again. Do you know what I mean? I've been there, and I like that. I want to get back to that level, but I'm not stupid. I know you got to rebuild and whatever, but I've got the win now. I've ticked the box, so hopefully I can get some sort of title fight or a big fight next.
And then definitely the final one, as obviously I did say it, but do you feel like you belong at this level now? I was there that night in Wolverhampton at the Halls, one of the best atmospheres I've ever seen in any sport. Can we get you back there for a big fight?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's great at Resorts World, but I think they all are in it. You know, it's 3 levels, all packed on. It's like a cleaner York Hall, and the atmosphere was unreal. So if we can get back there, I'm all right, and that's what I'll be calling for as well.
Denny, thank you so much. Congratulations.